Hello everyone, welcome to PRATHAM Test Prep. My name is Ashish Bhargav and here we have with another episode of Daily News Analysis. Before we start, please let me know if my voice is audible, am I visible to each and everyone, and I hope that you guys are doing well. Before we start, please confirm if my voice is audible, am I visible to everyone. Okay. So dear friend, this is very important to understand about the newspaper analysis because इसमें आपको बहुत सारी चीज़ें हम डिस्कस करते हैं. Like majorly we discuss about the Hindu and Indian Express. This is very important, and apart from that we also discuss about majorly we discuss about the Hindu and Indian Express, but PIB के न्यूज़ and बाकी न्यूज़ भी हम इसी में हम डिस्कस करते हैं. So again I'm telling you what exactly we discuss. We discuss about national news, we discuss about international news, we discuss about economy based news, we discuss about sports based news, and science and tech, personal news, summits and conference, miscellaneous, and we also discuss about any Supreme Court verdict, any amendments, any bills which is in the parliament. This is also we discuss in newspaper analysis. और start करने से पहले, if you are new in this channel, please subscribe our channel and do not forget to press the bell icon. Or questions of the day, which means that we'll ask you the 5 questions, right? And here is quick tips, means कि जितने भी GA के conceptual चीज़ें होती हैं वहाँ पे आपको you have to learn with the help of mnemonics, right? And here is the very first news which talking about UPS, what is Unified Pension Scheme, and NPS, National Pension Scheme, and then OPS. How is the Unified Pension Scheme announced for the central government employee different from the old and new pension schemes? And according to the government, UPS combines the best of OPS, old pension scheme, and new pension schemes, and how it will work. But why this one is the news? The very first thing that we need to understand why this one is the news. The first thing is that we need to understand कि the Union Cabinet introduced किया Unified Pension Scheme, which will be effective from April 1st, 2025, and this new scheme combines the best elements of the old pension scheme OPS and National Pension Scheme NPS. Why, if we talk about Unified Pension Scheme, the Unified Pension Scheme has been launched to provide government employees with a steady pension based on their length of service and the most recent basic salary drawn. And what is the aim? It aims to provide a balanced approach to the pension management that for government employees, combining the stability of the OPS old pension schemes with the fiscal responsibility of the National Pension Scheme. Who can opt the UPS? UPS is available to all government employees who have retired under NPS since 2004. They can choose to switch to the UPS and receive arrears adjusted for any amounts already withdrawn under the NPS. Employees have 2 options to remain the NPS, but the decision is the final ones made. And it is scheduled to implementation from the April 1st, 2025. Right? So now what exactly it was mentioned in the UPS? So assured pension, assured minimum pension, family pension, inflation indexation, lump sum payment at superannuation. So minimum qualifying service is that employee जो भी हैं that minimum of 25 years of service are eligible for a pension amounting of 50% of the average basic salary drawn during the last 12 months before retirement. जो shorter service period है for those who with less than 25 years but at least 10 years of service to the pension amount will be adjusted according to the length of service. And a minimum pension of 10,000 per month that will be provided employee with at least 10 years of the service upon retirement. And the family of deceased government employee that will receive 60% of employee pension at the time of their demise. And the family the pension, family pension and minimum pensions amount that will be adjusted for inflations based on all India Consumer Price Index for industrial workers. और लमसम अमाउंट क्या होगा? लमसम पेमेंट दैट इक्वल टू 10% of their salary and dearness allowance for every 6 months of secured pension. So now we go to the first article where we talk कि यहाँ पे यूनियन कैबिनेट ने सैटरडे को अप्रूव किया, दैट इज यूनिफाइड पेमेंट इंटरफेस यूनिफाइड पेमेंट पेंशन स्कीम which will provide government employee with assured pension after retirement. And ये जो स्कीम होंगी मैंने आपको पहले बताया, दिस स्कीम इज UPS is effective from this unified pension scheme. This will be effective from these kind of mind maps जो है, that is important, effective from April 1st 2025. So on the last few years, the political opposition has trapped into the unhappiness of the government employees about the national pension scheme, popularly known as the new pension scheme. So the Congress government in Himachal Pradesh in 2023 and Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh in 2022, as well as Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab in 2022 have reverted the old pension scheme. What does the UPS entails? Most importantly, UPS promises retires a fixed pension unlike the NPS. This was on the major criticism of the NPS, and according to the government notification, the UPS has 5 key features. पहला आपका assured pension जो we have discussed, assured minimum pension 10,000 per month, assured family pension upon retirement that the immediate family would be eligible for 60% of the pension last drawn by the retirement. मतलब whatever the amount is received by the deceased person, उसका 60% अमाउंट वहाँ से मिलेगा. इन्फ्लेशन एंटीवियर्स लम सम अमाउंट. सो what was the NPS and why was it introduced? देखो अगर बात करें NPS की नेशनल पेंशन स्कीम, so that is replaced by OPS, it means old pension scheme, on January 1st 2004 को. तो 2004 से पहले क्या था? ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम था. ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम से पहले नेशनल पेंशन स्कीम था, एंड उसके बाद 2004 के बाद ओल्ड पेंशन सिस्टम दैट वाज रिमूव्ड. सो NPS जो है नेशनल पेंशन स्कीम, दैट वाज रिप्लेस्ड द ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम ऑन January 1st 2004 as a part of central efforts to reform India's pension policies. So the NPS was introduced by the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government because of fundamental problems with the OPS that was unfunded. So that is, there was no corpus specifically for pension. So over the time this led to the government pension, that liability to balloon to fiscally unhealthy. So उसके बाद इसको चेंज किया गया, और डेटा बहुत सा डेटा जो लास्ट 3 डेकेड्स से आ रहे थे उनके पास, गवर्नमेंट के पास, उसमें ये चीज़ें शो हो रही थी. बात करते हैं कि हाउ डज NPS work and what was the basics of the opposition to it. So NPS was different from the OPS in 2 fundamental ways. First, it did away with an assured pension. Second, it would be funded by the employees herself along with the matching contribution by the government. So the government employees जितने भी हैं वही who can take benefit, and the government employee, the NPS, will not only give assured returns, it also implied employee contribution, which was not in the case of OPS. So in the wake of persistent demand of the return of OPS, Prime Minister Narendra Modi constituted a committee under the chairmanship of Finance Secretary and the now Cabinet Secretary अभी कौन है अभी, TV Somnathan 2023 में, and this committee held more than 100 meetings with different organization and states, और जो रिकमेंडेशन मिली थी गवर्नमेंट को ऑफ दिस कमेटी का, दैट हैव नाउ रिजल्टेड इन द अनाउंसमेंट ऑफ द UPS. I hope this one is very clear for everyone. So now we understood the basic nitty-gritty of the subject or the topic, what we discussed about what exactly is unified payment pension scheme, national pension scheme and old pension scheme. Basically the OPS था before 2004, 1st January 2004 को ये आपका नेशनल पेंशन स्कीम आ गया. किसने इनिशिएटिव ली? आपकी कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी TV सोमनाथन जी ने 2023 में. आई होप दिस वन इज क्लियर फॉर एवरीवन. Now we move to the next article. Here we talk about the again same कुछ similar articles आपके सामने हैं. जैसे आप यहाँ पे देखें तो इस आर्टिकल में मेंशन किया हुआ है कि how the unified pension schemes that drawn on the earlier framework. So recent years में multi-party consensus that had led to the ushering in a pension reforms in the 2000s appear to have unraveled. And you know what? Several state government such as Rajasthan हो गया आपका, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh and Chhattisgarh had announced a shift back to the old pension schemes, and as a clamor against the new pension schemes by a small but vocal section of the electorate gained traction. So इसके रिस्पॉन्स में यूनियन गवर्नमेंट ने अनाउंस किया मार्च 2023 में setting up a committee to look into the entire gamut of issues and suggested a way forward. So under the unified pension scheme, government employee will receive a defined benefit. अब जो भी pension होगा that equivalent to the 50% of their average basic pay drawn in the year prior to retirement, and to finance this there will be a defined contribution. So the government will now contribute 18.5% of the basic salary of the employee, up from the 14%, while employee will continue to contribute 10%. So this is why new scheme will be unlike the unfolded old pension scheme. Next, we again the same article to discuss. Will not discuss much in detail because we already discussed this article. Now again is here is a reality of real life exploitation as a structural problem. Basically इसमें अभी recently हेमा कमेटी रिपोर्ट आई थी. We discussed already in somewhere हेमा कमेटी की रिपोर्ट. अब ये जस्टिस के हेमा कमेटी की रिपोर्ट which was released by the Kerala government in on ये किसने रिलीज़ किया था? That was released by Kerala government on August 19, 2024 को. So it has ignited a debate on the issue faced by women in Malayalam film industry. जो मलयालम आपकी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री है उसके लिए ये मलयालम फिल्म इंडस्ट्री जो थी उसके लिए था. And the committee which was formed in 2017 that has submitted its report to the government in 2019. So a redacted version of the report has been put up in the public domain, though it is addressed the issues transcend this boundary. So broadly अगर हम इसको देखें तो the report deals with the two categories of issue. पहला क्या था इसमें? पहला था इसमें ये कि the first two sexual exploitation of the assault against women in cinema, and the report says that women are often required to exchange sexual favors for the opportunities, and those women who refuse to cooperate are sidelined from the industry at instance of powerful men. So the second is discriminatory practices against women and lack of even basic facilities. So the report has facilitated a long overdue discussions on the lack of gender equality for women at the workplace. So the brutal incident of the recently, as you can see in the news, everywhere in the news. So this incident of the rape and murder of doctor at a hospital in Kolkata also reinforces the need for this conversation. So हमारे इंडिया में इसके लिए बहुत सारे जो लॉज बनाए गए, राइट. So the culture of assault की बात करें तो concern that raised in the Hema committee report are disturbing, yet are not surprising. They are extension of the problems women face in the conservative patriarchal society such as ours. So women are burdened by stereotypes and expectations about how they should behave. So my friend, this is why it is problematic to the consider instance of sexual assault of women are isolated and view this way. Rape must be considered only as a crime committed by a bad man, but as a culminations too of the social practices which deem to the consent of women to be practically irrelevant. And a rigid individualistic approach of sexual assault often distract attention from this reality. So ranging from what to wear and what friends to have, एक इंडिविजुअल की चॉइस होनी चाहिए. इट्स टू ऑफन स्टोलन फ्रॉम वुमेन. and rape is the crudest manifestations of this approach, not considering women a person of autonomy and dignity. The normalization of the objectifications and gender stereotype has a central role in the perpetuating sexual assault against women. So according to the National Crime Record Bureau, अगर हम बात करें NCRB की जो आपको रिपोर्ट पब्लिश करती है, so 31,516 cases of rape are reported in 2022, and in India, so reported rape in every 16 minutes. हर 16वें मिनट पे इंडिया में रेप केसेस होते हैं. And so workplace harassment is another reflection of this culture of assault. So in the context of workplace assault, Vishakha and ORS versus State of Rajasthan, ORS 997, a writ petition was need to enforce the rights of working women against sexual harassment. So the series of guidelines was prescribed by the Supreme Court of India, a unique kind of judicial legislations that prevent workplace harassment. This included duties of the employee to prevent assault, as well as constitution of a complaint readdress mechanism of aggrieved person. So it took more than 16 years thereafter for the legislature to enact Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention Prohibition Act आया, और that are notable features of the legislation of that it provides for the constitution of the Internal Complaints Committee, which can be approached by a aggrieved women. The definition of workplace in section 2A of the act broad enough to be taken in the film industry as well. So ये जो जस्टिस हेमा कमेटी की रिपोर्ट है, that has however indicated that the ICC, which means Internal Complaint Committee जो है, that is not suitable for women in the film industry. और इसमें इस चीज़ को आर्ग्यू किया गया that there is likelihood of the abuser of the employers influences ICC members, and the committee therefore pleads for an independent forum constituted by government to deal with the problems faced by women in cinema. और फिर रजिस्ट्रेशन की बात करें तो यहाँ पे many have questions the lack of registration of crimes pursuant to the committee report, and they ask why an investigation is not initiated and why the accused cannot be brought up to justice. So this concern is sensible. The report is modified version or masking the name of survivors is done by the recognition प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ सर्वाइवर नॉर्मिटी, उसका नाम नहीं बताने की बात की गई, क्योंकि निपुण सक्सेना और यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया, जो निपुण सक्सेना वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया केस में द सुप्रीम कोर्ट एक्सप्लेन द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ penalizations of disclosure of the name and the identity of the survivors of sexual offense as mandate in the section 228 of the Indian Penal Code. So as we know that कि इसमें एक चीज़ आप देखें, the right to privacy that is an integral part of the right of life under article 21 of the constitution. पुत्तू स्वामी केस में 2017 में यहाँ पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट की वर्डिक्ट थी कि why survivors are often reluctant to pursue complaints in the case of sexual assault is important for us to recognize. So a society which looks at survivor of sexual assault with misguided empathy and disgust instead of support and trust, that probably has no moral standing that to demand that survivor must necessarily launch the complaints. Moreover, trials in sexual assault cases take year to complete, which are attributed that to the higher degree of judicial pendency in our country. So bear in mind that Hema committee जो है that was formed after the sexual assault allegation against the leading Malayalam cinema actor, trial of which is not yet completed. Also survivors हैं also fear potential retaliations from the abuser and others in terms of refusal to give them work and being branded as problem makers. So these all things again I am telling you very short. हेमा कमेटी की रिपोर्ट जो है मलयालम इंडस्ट्री के लिए है, सिनेमा के लिए है, और इसको फॉर्म किया गया था 2017 में. आई होप दिस वन इज वेरी क्लियर. Now we move further. and here is solar luminance light, sorry, a little light. So human eye is adept at picking point out of a smallest glimmer of light in a shadowed space and the fainted star in the heaven of, but light pollution has made this very hard. यहाँ पे देखिए मैंने स्मॉल बबल ट्रैप्ड इन अ लिक्विड इज हिट बाय, अगर इस ग्लास के अंदर आप देखें, हियर इट इज, दिस वन इज अ ग्लास, और यहाँ पे अगर आप देखें तो यू कैन लुक इट वेरी केयरफुली, इज दैट जब भी कोई स्मॉल बबल ट्रैप्ड होती लिक्विड में इज हिट बाय पावरफुल साउंड वेव्स, सो इट सीम्स टू प्रोड्यूस अ फ्लैश ऑफ लाइट. दिस कॉज टर्न आउट टू बी अ स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड. इट ऑल्सो फैसिनेटिंग द ऑल्टरनेटिव हाई एंड लो प्रेशर phases of sound waves cause the bubble to expand and collapse rapidly. So during the collapse, the bubble compressed to so intensely that the temperature inside soared to several thousand Kelvin. ये जो extreme temperature होता है that caused gases with the bubble to ionize and release light energy in about a trillionth of the second. Or we do not know how exactly this light is produced. So the world has more mysterious than we like to admit. So luminescence science is not restricted to labs. Pistol shrimp इसके बारे में mention की गई है, and it can be snapshot with incredible speed. Now we move to the next one. Indians who migrate abroad double their incomes. सो इंडियंस जो यहाँ से बाहर अपने कंट्री को छोड़ के जाते हैं, who migrate abroad often experience more than 100% increase in their income levels, whereas Indians who continue to work in their homeland often have wait for over 20 years to get such a hike. So this explains why most Indians who go abroad do not return home even if they benefit from a wage premium on doing so. These conclusions are based on a recent World Bank titled Migrants, Refugee and Society. जो भी Indians who migrate abroad experience average 18% increase in their income level, जो कि आप इस चार्ट में देख सकते हैं. So international migrants from Bangladesh and Ghana experience a 210 and 153% increase in income respectively, and this report states that one key driver for economic migration in the wage gap between the origin and destination country. So a truck driver in Canada earns 5 times more than a truck driver in Mexico, even after adjusting for the difference in cost of living. Nurses जो भी हैं जर्मनी में, that earn nearly 7 times more than nurses in Philippines. So आप देख सकते हो कि ये जो gap है is huge. The income of low-skilled Indians who migrated to the US increased by 49%. So the incomes of low-skilled Indians who migrate to Gulf countries like Bahrain, like Kuwait, Oman, Qatar. So Indians who migrate to UAE especially experience a 29% increase. And this calculation does not adjust income for purchasing power parity, because most of the spending occurred in the origin country through remittance, and about 85% of the Indian migrants earning in the UAE are spent in India. ये जो रिपोर्ट है ये स्टेट करती है about 40% जो है of the migrant eventually return to this country of origin, and however the number varies based on destination. On all migrants leave Gulf Cooperation Councils countries, about 20% to 50% of migrants leave OECD countries within 5 to 10 years of arrival of move to a third country. तो ये जो डेटा है, this is important to understand. Now it's time to remember जो मैंने आपसे बताया था कि trick to remember G7 countries के बारे में, that is here Jews with GF. तो अगर आप देखें इसमें, so G stand for here Japan, U for USA, Italy, Canada, E for England, G for Germany, and F for here is France. तो आप इसको Jews with GF से लर्न कर सकते हैं. So as I told you, G7 की जो शुरुआत हुई है, that is in 1975, and Russia was a part of G7. 2014 में ये अलग हो गया, isolated from G7. Now we talk about question of the day. Here's the very first question. Why are tensions in the South China Sea particularly concerning for the global energy markets? Here are the four options are given here. The South China Sea जो है only source of natural gas for East Asia. The South China Sea accounts for the majority of global petroleum production, and about 40% of the world petroleum products are transported through the South China Sea, and South China Sea is home to world largest oil reserve. So यहाँ जो right answer क्या होनी चाहिए? About 40% of world petroleum products are transported through the South China Sea. So South China Sea is crucial for global energy markets because approximately जो 40% है of the world's petroleum products are transported through the region annually, and any disruption in this area that could significantly impact global energy supplies and prices. Second question अभी आपने देखा, not a member of G7 group. तो रशिया, इटली, जर्मनी एंड कनाडा. तो यहाँ पे राइट आंसर क्या होगा इसका? रशिया इज नॉट अ मेंबर ऑफ G7 बिकॉज 2014 में बिफोर 2014 रशिया वॉज अ मेंबर, अभी रशिया मेंबर नहीं है. सो ग्रुप ऑफ 7 इज फाउंडेड इन 1975, फॉर्मली कॉल्ड लाइब्रेरी ग्रुप. ग्रुप ऑफ 6, ग्रुप ऑफ 8 रिविजन इज एन इंटरगवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन made of 7 of the world's largest advanced economy, or it includes Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan and United Kingdom and United States. Now we move to the next one. Is a question is here. Matar Bari Port is an under construction seaport that is located in which part? Sri Lanka, that is Oman, Indonesia and Bangladesh. It was in the news recently, Matar Bari Port, and this was in the under construction seaport, the shores of Bay of Bengal, located in Chittagong division of Bangladesh. Now we move to the second last questions. Here is with reference to the Servants of India Society. Consider the following statement. It was the first nationalist organization to be established and operated from outside India. The society was only concerned with promotion of Swadeshi and achievement of political Swaraj. It published Hitvada in all the major regional languages of India. How many above statement is a correct one? So it was not the first nationalist organization. So we can say the right answer is D1. So the Servants of India Society that was formed in Pune, Maharashtra in the year of 1905 by Gopalakrishna Gokhale. And the society organized many campaigns to promote education, sanitation, healthcare and fight the social evils of untouchability and discrimination, alcoholism, poverty, oppression of women and domestic abuse. So the publication of the Hitvada, the organ of society in English from Nagpur, that was commenced in the year of 1911. Here we reach the last question of the day. Article 25, freedom of conscience and profession, practice and propagation of religion. Article 26, freedom to manage religious affair. Article 27, that freedom as to payment of taxes for promotion of any particular religion. How many of the above statement is our correct one? So we have four options here, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So all the statement, Article 25 guarantees the freedom of conscience, the freedom of profess, practice and propagation religion of all citizen. Article 26, freedom to manage religious affair, and according to Article 27 of the Constitution, there can be no taxes, the proceeds of which are directly used for promotion and maintenance of any religion of religious denominations. So I hope my friend this is very clear for each and everyone. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. And make sure if you are new in this channel, please subscribe our channel and do not forget to press the bell icon as well. So this is very important to understand about the importance of newspaper analysis. Make a very short notes. कभी भी आप इसको देख रहे हैं इसको तो please share this beautiful session to your friends and family. They must aware about what is happening around us. ठीक है जी. तो we'll meet you in the next YouTube analysis. Till then, bye bye and take care. And we'll meet you in the next newspaper analysis. तब तक अपना ख्याल रखें. Bye bye and take care to each and everyone here.